right, Akash, Arun and Siddhant, I'm going to come back to you in just a bit. Stay with us. Joining me on the special broadcast is, of course, Professor Kapil Kumar, historian, right here with me. We also have Tuhin Sinha of the BJP, Aruna Acharya of the Congress, Hindol Sengupta, historian. We also have Anuj Dhar, he's the author of Conundrum, Subhash Bose's Life After Death. Let me begin with you, Professor Kapil Kumar. Interesting blend, I would say. There is the Kartavya Path, the
Amar
Jawan Jyoti,
then Netaji Path,
Netaji
then
Subhash
Indian
Chandra Bose,
Army's
and
museum,
War Memorial.
and then behind that you have the National Sports Stadium of our,
Yes, so the opposition and some analysts are of the view that this is a completely changed India, that the government is doing away with everything that was associated with India in the last 75 years.
You see, let me tell you one thing. No country in the world keeps the symbols and legacy of slavery. These should have been shed long back. And today, if we are shedding those, and we are coming as a vibrant India, a India which no power in the world can ignore today, why is this problem? And these people who are opposing it, I have a question to them, that when Connaught Circus was named Rajiv Chowk, where were they? When Curzon Road was named Kasturba Gandhi Marg, where were they? If Mumbai is changed from Bombay to Mumbai, Thiruvananthapuram is changed from Trivandrum is changed to Trivandrum, Madras is changed to Madurai, Chennai, then they welcome it. So ये कोई बात है क्या? चित भी मेरी, पट भी मेरी, अंटी मेरे बाबा
चलिए इसका जवाब अनुमा आचार्य से ले लेते हैं कांग्रेस की. अनुमा आचार्य, चित भी मेरी, पट भी मेरी.
Maria, first of all, you took my name as Aruna Acharya. Sorry, you have to please correct your, your guest coordinator should tell you. Coming to your question, any fascist regime, first they try to change the symbols. They try to change the names. And it happens across the world. We have seen it before. And if they had to change it in any case, so they could have made it Loktantra Path instead of Kartavya Path, because we see that government has no belief in democracy. They change whatever has been done. They have not created anything on their own. Created as in which is useful to the people, something which can be used by the people. The kind of hospitals they have made, none of them is fully performing. None of them is operational fully.
Why did Congress
point
change it to
is,
Loktantra
point
for so
here
many
is
years?
that
Why did he keep the Raj symbol over there? And let me ask
Okay,
them one question only.
Yes, listen to it.
Why it is not
Miss Acharya.
Path? If you have to so much...
Listen.
Miss Acharya, listen to a historian. Miss Acharya, yes, Miss Acharya, listen to a historian. He has a question for you. Yes, please, go ahead.
Which country in the world will make its first Governor General the last representative of the British who ruled India, massacred people here, killed people here, tortured people here, imprisoned people here as the first Governor General of India? Tell me that.
I'm sorry.
Answer to me that.
I'm sorry.
And after that,
Even if you are
1st April
even if you are a
1948,
historian.
Jawaharlal Nehru writes to the King, I, the Prime Minister of Indian Dominion, on behalf of your cabinet of the Indian Dominion, seek your permission to appoint Rajgopalachari as the second Governor General of India. Do you know that the King George V abdicated the throne of India on 22nd June 1948? See the London Gazette. Please look at historical evidences.
One more question is, and which I think Professor raised it and you perhaps have missed it, that before 2014, a significant period was governed by the Congress
Why
party.
didn't they change it?
Why didn't you change the name
Rajpath.
of Rajpath to Loktantra Path then?
Because we did not change it, because we created 6 lakh primary education,
blank.
primary
They
hospitals.
couldn't decide that which Indian revolutionary freedom fighter statue should be put at that canopy. Since 1968, when King George was removed from here.
Okay. Okay, Ms. Acharya, please go ahead, quickly make your point, and then I'll bring in others. Okay, we seem to have lost that. Hindol Sengupta and Anuj Dhar. Hindol, I'm coming to you first. We are here at the Kartavya Path. You heard from the Congress party. Lots to talk about in the context of what the government has done. One effort has been consistently of letting go of India's colonial past. That India has moved on, and in this new India there has to be newer ideas, newer version, and that India is symbolic that the power center, that this entire area has undergone this kind of transformation.
Frankly, Maria, let me tell you that I find this, I have always found the debate on the refurbishment of Central Vista, which is now called Kartavya Path, frankly ridiculous and stupid. Anybody who actually saw the plans, which were all available in public domain, knew that nothing major was going to change. Everything was going to be improved. And of course, many of the old buildings, which have completely outlived their purpose. You know, places like Shastri Bhavan and Udyog Bhavan and many of these very old buildings, they may have been useful when they were built, but for modern governance have completely outlived their purpose, could be replaced by really good quality new modern buildings like the new Vanajya Bhavan, for instance, is really modern and useful. There's another point about history. The point about history is that every country is entitled to re-narrate their own history beyond colonial tropes. Now, if people cannot understand that, or if they have vested interest, which is why they cannot understand that, no one can really change anything. Money wasn't taken from the education budget or the health budget of the country and then used on Kartavya Path. That's a ridiculous argument. It's the same sort of rubbish that the New York Times puts up a cartoon showing India as carrying, leading a farmer, leading a bullock, trying to go to Mars. These are fundamentally racist ideas. These are fundamentally colonial ideas, that anything that India does for aesthetics, any technological development that happens in India, there will be some voices who will pop up and say, oh, but we have so many people in
Vista. Yes, this is the unveiling of the first part of the Central Vista, because it is Central Vista Avenue where we are. The entire Central Vista involves the new parliament, several other structures as well. This entire debate, remember, had reached the Supreme Court as well, where the Congress party fought vehemently against it. The government got relief from the Supreme Court, and that is when this entire legal debate got settled as well. But politically speaking, Congress is continuing to raise it, and Ms. Acharya is now back with us. Ms. Acharya, two people on my show, Hindol and Professor Kapil Kumar here, both of them are asking the same. That one, first, when you suggest that it should be Loktantra Path, why didn't the Congress do so for all those years that you were in power? And also, why should India hold on to its colonial past, and why not we march into a new era?
Maria, if this debate is about validating the thing which government does and which is done by so many channels, then you can go ahead with whatever you have to say. But my point here is our focus when the India got freedom.
I'm not too sure if you can dismiss every independent thinker as a sympathizer of the government. I hope you have also read what Tavleen Singh said. That Tavleen Singh is saying, who has been a critic of the Central Vista, is now lauding it.
I am talking what I am talking. I am not anybody else, but listen to me. My point here is, we have built hospitals. We have built 6 lakh primary health centers. We have built education institutes. We have built a lot of things. Our mind was not going on to changing this and changing that. We were creating new. We were creating ISRO. We were creating DRDO. So these are the things which Congress government has done. And now by changing, by restructuring, you are losing out on spirit of democracy. You are creating new structures. This is what happens.